Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all. Well, tonight marks the 41st Anniversary Scholarship and Awards Gala for the Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation, the BPACF. We're especially proud to be honoring that savvy entrepreneur in the business world, Darrell McNair. An influencer of excellence, he is Mr. Entrepreneur and a critical member of Mayor-elect Justin Bibb's transition team. So please let's give another warm welcome to the 2021 Black Professional of the Year. So let's begin our program with Tia Marche Sanford, who will lead us in Lift Every Voice and Sing. If you are so able and desire to, you may stand if you like.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Shadowed beneath thy hand, ever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Here now to lead us in the invocation, the Reverend Hilton O. Smith, the 2004 Black Professional of the Year, who's Associate Pastor of the Greater Abyssinia Baptist Church. Your friend and mine, Hilton Smith.
I'm going to pray, and this will be a prayer and not a sermon. Because I was told a long time ago that he that speaks with brevity will be asked to cometh again. Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, we thank you for this special occasion of honoring our brother Darrell, Ronna, and the McNair family. Thank you for this evening, for allowing us to come together in your name. And Lord, we thank you for this organization that is so profound throughout this nation. And Father, while we're here tonight, let us give you thanks for bringing us thus far through the pandemic. We pray, oh God, that you will bless the food that we're about to partake and the food that we are partaking, and bless us in such a way with this food, Lord, that we will walk in thy will and in thy way, stronger than ever before, knowing that you are the great comforter in our lives. Amen.
Hilton Smith. Well, the captain tells me we have pulled from the gate. Please observe the no smoking signs. We now will get a word from our captain of BPA Flight 2021, Meltree Sharp, President of the Board of Trustees of BPACF. Ladies and gentlemen, Meltree Sharp.
I have a surprise for Leon Bibb, because anytime the Black Professionals Association call him to do what he does best, he always says yes. So the only way we can show our extreme gratitude to you today was to award you with the first ever MC of the Year award from BPACF. Thank you for your continued support and leadership in our community.
Oh, thank you, Meltree.
You're welcome. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You guys look great today. On behalf of the Black Professionals Association Charitable Foundation It is my extreme pleasure to welcome you to the 41st Anniversary Scholarship and Awards Gala. Tonight, we celebrate our students, our community, unity, education, leadership, and excellence. Tonight, we celebrate Mr. Darrell McNair, his beautiful family, and his beautiful wife, and his steadfast leadership. Thank you all for your continued commitment and support of our beautiful organization, and for adhering to our COVID protocols to make sure we have a successful and safe evening. For more than 4 decades, BPACF has elevated and celebrated professional development, career achievement, and Black excellence. The annual Scholarship and Awards Gala is our night to honor the accomplishments of our community by introducing our class of scholars to Greater Cleveland as rising professionals, and to salute one accomplished individual with the Black Professional of the Year Award. Our BPOY is an individual our scholars can look towards as an example to follow. Darrell, on behalf of the entire BPACF leadership, we welcome you to the family, and we thank you for being the stellar professional, an exemplary family man, and most important, a man of faith. Another Black leader our students can see themselves in as they pursue their professional endeavors. I would like to take a moment to welcome our new executive director. I think she's a little over 90 days as the executive director, Laurie Murphy. She came in, she did what she needed to do. I mean, we definitely initiated her really fast within the organization, but I did want to take time to honor her this evening. So please accept this gift, Laurie, on behalf of the Board of Trustees. It is my extreme pleasure to welcome Mayor-elect Justin Bibb and all other dignitaries that are here tonight. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge all of our past Black Professionals of the Year. If you don't mind taking a stand to be recognized. Black excellence manifested in this room. Lifetime achievers, if you're here, are trendsetters and our legacy award recipients. Words alone are not sufficient to express our gratitude towards you for your leadership and contributions to our community. Many years ago, our founders took a bold risk to form an organization that would be committed to scholarship, education, and leadership development for the African American community. If not for their courage, commitment, and sacrifice, tonight would not be possible. We are honored to have 2 of our founders here with us tonight, as well as our family, as well as the family of our late founder, Tanya Almond. Nancella Harris and Art Baker, will you please stand and be recognized? Mr. Art Baker and Ms. Nancella Harris, we thank you for your vision and your unwavering commitment to ready our next generation of leaders and give Black professionals a safe and familiar place to thrive and grow. BPACF is an organization powered by community support, powerful collaborations, and committed leaders. I would like to take a moment to recognize my colleagues on the BPACF Board of Trustees. With all BPACF board members, please stand and be celebrated. Last but certainly not least, I cannot let this day go by without acknowledging Miss Alexandria Johnson-Boone. She has been wonderful at coordinating this event, and she has beat us into shape. I hope she still loves me after this event. Publicly, I love her. Thank you, Miss Alexandria Johnson-Boone. Wow, what a year it has been for the Black community. We have endured the unrelenting presence of the coronavirus, the instability of our economy, and an unprecedented international push for racial justice. This triple threat has proven to be the great neutralizer, the truth teller, and the reality check of America. It has shown us the best of ourselves and revealed our most troubling struggles. We've learned that diversity, equity, and inclusion are far more than boxes that need to be checked on the corporate social responsibility profiles of Fortune 500 companies. DE&I is in fact the only path forward for our communities and our country to thrive and build back better. We learned that sustainability is far more than an aspirational goal of the do-gooders. It is one of the most critical business strategies that separates the good companies from the great and can lead to unprecedented returns on investments in the boardroom, the classroom, and in our own family living rooms. We learned that the face of leadership is changing in our community, and we no longer have the luxury of complaining of their age and lack of experience. If we are going to build a better tomorrow for all, we must spend our time preparing, supporting, and empowering our new leaders. We learned that our city is a difficult place for people of color to live well. In 2020, Cleveland was named one of the worst cities for Black women to live, with one of the highest poverty rates in the country. I do not share these sobering thoughts with you to discourage you, but rather to galvanize you, because the power to shift the atmosphere in our community lies within this very room. For every company, organization, and institution that is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion, we thank you. For every individual donor, sponsor, and funder who has made a commitment to our scholarship program, Career Connect internship experience, and College to Career series, we thank you. For every person mentoring a young student or young professional to ensure a successful start to their career, we thank you. For every staff person, board member, or volunteer working at an organization like BPACF, Esperanza, College Now, and the many companies who partner with and support these organizations, we thank you. For every college counselor, academic advisor, educator, and administrator who are champions for our scholars and other students of color struggling to be seen, heard, and valued, we thank you. It's this difficult time in our country which is felt 3 times as hard in the Black community. We respectfully ask that you not grow weary of the push for racial justice, economic opportunity, and social equity. We've been waiting for this moment since the founding of this nation, and we don't have the luxury of giving up. The Great Resignation, the coronavirus, nor the instability of inflation cannot impede the progress of change needed to fully integrate what amazing African-American professionals have to offer in the workplace. We can no longer dim the light of others so that our light will shine. We must light every torch so we can illuminate our city and serve as an example to the rest of the world. In closing, we compel everyone in this room to join BPACF as volunteer, donor, or program participant in our efforts to prepare next generation leaders, celebrate the accomplishments of trailblazing Black professionals, and support the academic achievement and career advancement of our scholars. Information about how to become involved with the foundation can be found in your program. And on that note, thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy our program.
Thank you, Meltrice. Appreciate that. Nicely said. Well, on this special charter flight of BPA Flight 2021, we've been greatly helped by our travel agent who helped organize us. One of the co-chairs of this entire event is our travel agent himself, the 2016 Black Professional of the Year, Dr. Alex Johnson, travel agent and president of Cuyahoga Community College and chair of tonight's gala event. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for Alex Johnson.
Good evening. On behalf of my fellow co-chair, Audrey and Albert Ratner, I'd like to welcome you to the 41st Annual Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation Scholarship and Awards Gala. To Albert and Audrey, who are not able to be with us this evening, we want to express our sincere appreciation for their venerable service to Cleveland and the world through commitment to Jewish and religious causes, contributions to art and culture, support of healthcare innovations, and the fight against poverty. Nice round of applause for Audrey and Albert Ratner. I also want to express my appreciation to the host committee, our numerous sponsors, and the team at Tri-C whose support of my co-host role was invaluable to tonight's celebration. What I'd like to do is ask all host committee members, whether your name appeared in the program or not, and all of our sponsors to please stand and receive a well-deserved round of applause. Without you, the programs at BPACF focused on leadership development and mentoring would not be possible. Please stand and receive a well-deserved round of applause. Thank you. Now, you know, much ado has been made of my good friend, Darrell McNair, and his lovely wife, Ronna, but I would be remiss if I did not recognize. I'm gonna wait till Ariel finishes up eating and ask her and Austin and Austin's lovely fiancée, Olivia, to please stand and deserve a round of applause. Certainly, Darrell and Ronna would not be who they are today without the lovely support of these individuals, these young people that I just introduced. And I hear about your accomplishments every day, it seems. So I personally want to congratulate you on all your great work. BPACF promotes education through scholarships, internships, and career development opportunities for Northeast Ohio's next generation of Black professionals. That's a big deal. And as president of Cuyahoga Community College, I see the value in these efforts every day, particularly since the pandemic and the widening political divide brought racial and social inequities to the forefront. Tri-C students have adopted to a great deal of change over the past couple of years, as you can imagine, and my pride in their achievements will be with me always. Their continued persistence in the first face of uncertainty is a true inspiration. I thank you all for your commitment to supporting and mentoring our up-and-coming young people. Our investment in them as future leaders will surely pay off in the years to come. This evening, we are so privileged, honored, and humbled to honor one of the great men in this community, Darrell McNair. He is a friend of mine, and I love him dearly. He is known throughout the region for his business acumen, but I know him more for his engagement in this wonderful community of Cleveland. Darrell, you are extraordinary, and I'm so proud and pleased that you will be working with the mayor-elect of Cleveland to make this community better for everybody, better for everyone. We've got a long ways to go for everyone, and our road is not paved with gold. It may not even be paved with tar or whatever you call it, or pavement. The road might be a little bit rocky, but nonetheless, I think together we can really do some great things. Once again, please join me in congratulating Darrell. He's a true role model for future leaders in Northeast Ohio. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. Our first officer on the BPA Flight 2021 is Laurie Murphy. She has a few words for us as we are leaving the tarmac, headed for the runway. We've got a few moments before takeoff, so a warm welcome for First Officer Laurie Murphy, Executive Director of the BPACF.
I don't know if it's initiation for me. Every time I come up here, I'm standing between you and your chicken, and I'm not really feeling the love here on that. As I approached my 100th day in office, you know what kept coming in the back of my mind? As Madam President Sharp and as Dr. Johnson talked about our mission and vision, what I thought about was the number of people who have been mentored through the organization, but what I really thought about was how many years of their careers are we starting? How many years of career are we working them through? So if you look at, and don't laugh, if you take an average 2,080 hours a year, we know we do 3 and 4 times that amount, times a 40-year career, you get 83,200 hours of coaching, encouraging, mentoring, celebrating. What we do here through our organization with the values of professionalism, leadership, career development, innovation, and civic engagement is to really take them in clusters. So if you take that number, that's 83,000 number, and multiply it by 40, you get, or 50 for 50 cohorts of students, you get 4.1 million hours of a career that we are working with and starting and encouraging and networking. And that's a sacred, beautiful thing, guys. And it's not a village, it's the things that we all have to do to encourage and support these courses that come through. And that's really what excites me about this. So there are 2 things I want to emphasize about the product rollout you're going to see, is that we are reimagining and resetting our Career Connection, which is our internship program. And the other thing I'm excited about is our Black Professional magazine that kicked off this year. I've watched it as I came in August. I watched it as it embodied the vision of the organization, which is to be that catalyst that prepares and develops emerging professionals, that celebrates our leaders, and pulls out the seen and unseen people who are doing the work in different parts of their careers. And I really am impressed about the sponsorships and the relationships and really the passion people have, their time, talent, and treasure. I'm going to conclude my remarks, and let's get to our plates, with a letter I got from a wonderful man. His name is Dr. Akram Boutros, who is the president and CEO of the Metro Health System. He says, "I wish I could be with you tonight, but I am out of town on hospital business. I am especially disappointed to miss the chance to honor my friend Darrell McNair, your Black Professional of the Year. Darrell's commitment to Cleveland and to its young people sets a powerful example that all of us should follow. Darrell, in recognition of your outstanding community leadership, I am delighted to announce the creation of the Darrell McNair Scholarship Fund through the BPACF. That's right, guys. And you thought we couldn't surprise you. On behalf of the Metro Health System, we are donating $10,000 to establish the scholarship. Supporting the next generation of scholars is good for Metro Health, good for the health of our community, and the best way I know to salute Darrell for all that he does to make Cleveland a place where more people can rise, prosper, and lead. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are here to celebrate and what we're about as an organization. And with that, I thank you for your time, and you're not done. You're going to cry soon. We're going to get you.
Thank you so much, Laurie Murphy, Executive Director of the BPACF. Well, the destination of this flight, as I said earlier, is the future, and that means something special because we've got young people who are headed for the future. We certainly want to make sure that they've got a warm and good future in front of them. So give a warm welcome for Tyshawn Simon, who's a student at Cleveland State University, who will give you reflections of a scholar because Tyshawn is headed for the future.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Tyshawn Simon. I'm a mechanical engineering junior at Cleveland State University. During this past summer, I have had the opportunity to work with Darrell at MVP Plastics. This was an important internship for me at a manufacturing plant this summer because it gave me the opportunity to have a better understanding of how the process works from the design phase of engineering to the completion of the product. I believe that process will help me better as an engineer in my future. When I first started at MVP, I was able to instantly tell that it was a close-knit organization. From the first time I had my first Zoom call with Mr. McNair during our interview, I was able to tell that he was more interested in me as a person rather than what qualities I could bring to the company. And once I first arrived, I instantly noticed that he took those qualities that we talked about and incorporated that into how my time there would be spent. During my time there, I was given the opportunity to work with many of the people in the company, from the front office to the engineers to even those on the plant floor. I was given the opportunity to learn as much of the business as possible. The best experiences I got from my time there was, first of all, having the opportunity to work on a project of my own. That's because it gave me the sense of real responsibility that can have an impact on the company. And it also showed me that Mr. McNair had faith in me to do what was asked. I was able to utilize and work with those around me to achieve the desired results within a specific period of time. In addition, I met a group of people who encouraged me to seek out help every time I got stuck on something. One thing Mr. McNair constantly reassured me is that every time I have a question was to ask, and don't be afraid to ask. I learned that everyone doesn't know everything. That is why you have a team there that can help you when you get stuck. And that's what everyone at MPP Plastic did. They helped me when I needed it without hesitation or questions asked. The final best experience I had was having the opportunity to sit and have lunch with Mr. McNair on multiple occasions. We was able to talk not only on business stuff or how my time there was going, but we connected with one another on a personal level where we talk about either sports or just life in general. Overall, I had an amazing experience. I would like to thank Mr. McNair and BPACF for giving me the opportunity to intern at MVP Plastics. I enjoyed getting to know everyone and gaining valuable experience that will help me within my engineering profession. Finally, I would like to introduce to you my fellow BPACF scholars. Wherever they're at, they can stand and get them.
Thank you, Tyshawn. Tyshawn Simon, student at Cleveland State University. At this time, I want to draw your attention to the screens as we present a video tribute to our honoree, Darrell McNair.
Darrell was a very serious young child. I always said he was 6 going on 40 because he always took things very seriously. He loved to play with the older kids. He tried just about everything. He would ice skate, baseball. I got him into golf very early. He took that game up very seriously also. So I can say I watched him grow from a kid to a fine young man, and I'm very proud of him.
Darrell and I have been married for 32 years, which is pretty amazing to me. In fact, when I think about it, we grew up together. We're best friends. He's an entrepreneur. So when you are married to an entrepreneur, I think you have to be a special person. And Darrell McNair is funny, God-fearing, family-oriented. We have 2 children, Ariel and Austin. He is the oldest child of Jan and Clarence McNair, and he has 2 sisters, Jackie and Harriet. He works extremely hard. He likes to have a good time. When he's not working, he's hanging out with us, he's hanging out with his friends, and he just is trying to live life.
Visionary. Darrell has a big view of his community and his hopes for the community and what he would love to see for this community.
I have known Darrell McNair for more than a decade. He is a tremendous individual and a consummate professional. But more importantly, he is a man of God. And I appreciate all of those dimensions about him, but I hate when he beats me up on the golf course.
Something that people don't know about Darrell, first of all, they know that he's an avid sports fan, But what they may not know is that he was a high school wrestler, and he wrestled also in college. But when he was wrestling in high school, he wrestled in the 98-pound weight class, which, to look at him now, you know, that's kind of funny if you think about it. So definitely the fact that he was a wrestler.
He is humble, and therefore he will listen to people. He will take under consideration what their thoughts are and blend them with his. Great, great one to have.
I'm always impressed with Darrell's work ethic, his focus, his ability to multitask, do a couple things and keep it all together. He's an extraordinary business person because he's an extraordinary person.
If I'm thinking about what my dad means to me, he is my the number one role model in my life. I think it's one of the things that I struggle when people ask, like, who's a hero that you'd want to meet? And I'm like, I've already met my hero. My hero is my dad. When I think about who's the first person that I want to tell great news to, or who's the first person that I want to get advice from, or figure out how they would work in a situation, it's always my dad, and he's the first call I'll make. And he might not have time in the moment, but he calls me right back and is like, I appreciate that he always gives me the time when I really need it most.
He's a pretty even keeled guy.
Yes.
You know, you always know pretty much where he's going to be coming from, and he's not flying off the handle half the time. You know, he's got that dad in him. You know,
Yes.
You ever met his kids? I mean, they're like almost perfect. They're like perfect. Yeah, right.
They are.
So,
Is that the new Huxtable?
in fact, I did tell him several years ago, man, I'm just going to give you my kids and let you raise them.
I got to see Darrell in the community, and he does quiet, unwavering support for issues that are really important to him, like college attainment, like education, like workforce development, and making sure kids are really ready for work as they go through their education. And he's just an amazing guy to be able to balance all that out and to be able to do all that and keep it all together and do it in a very authentic way.
To me, my dad is my number one fan and cheerleader. I think growing up a athlete, he taught me how to play the game of golf, which is my passion. I played in college. He came to my tournament. We still play all the time now. I just think that growing up, he was always there in that regard. And then as I've moved into my professional career, he's always there to help, listen, and he's, like my brother said, there whenever we have successes we want to share in. He's the number one fan.
He's thoughtful. He thinks about others. He listens to what people say.
Yeah, I would say exceptional. He's a guy that I've come across that says that's an exceptional guy on so many different levels.
But a dimension of him that they may not see is his commitment to his family, most notably his mother and father, who now reside in Florida. And Darrell is intentional about ensuring that he is connected to them at this time in their lives in a very meaningful and significant way, and I love him for that.
So Darrell, I'm here to applaud you today and say congratulations on behalf of your community. This award is so well deserved, and we are so thankful that BPACF chose you as the Black Professional of the Year this year. We'll continue to support you going forward. Congratulations, my brother.
Darrell and Rona, we love you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're two fantastic people, and we're so lucky that you're a part of our greater Cleveland community. God bless.
Darrell, congratulations on this great award that you're receiving tonight from the Black Professional Association Charitable Foundation. It has a long history in Cleveland, an esteemed, iconic history in Cleveland, and so do you. Thanks for the work you do. Thanks for being authentic and bringing your whole self to your business, to your community, to your family. We're a better place because of you, Darrell. Congratulations.
Congratulations on this recognition. It is certainly long overdue, but at this time really recognizes the tremendous contributions that you have made to Greater Cleveland and beyond. Once again, congratulations.
Congratulations, Darrell, on your award received. I'm so happy to be part of your Texas team. I wish you a lot of success.
Congratulations from the Texas team on receiving this award, Darrell. Keep up the good work. See you here.
Congratulations.
Mr. Darrell McNair,
From the MVP team.
on being named Black Professional of the Year.
Congratulations.
Thank you, D-Mac.
Thank you, D-Mac.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
D-Mac. Appreciate you.
Congratulations. We love you.
Now you see why it is our pleasure that Mr. Darrell McNair is the BPACF 2020 Black Professional of the Year. 2021, excuse me. My name is Paul Farrington. I'm the treasurer of BPACF, and I'm honored to share the stage with our esteemed president, Ms. Meltrice Sharp, our executive director, Ms. Laurie Murphy, as we present Mr. Darrell McNair our award. This evening, we want to thank everyone. We want to thank you. We want to thank your team and all the supporters for making this an awesome event. I would be remiss as the treasurer if I didn't mention you can find all the ways to support our organization at bpacf.org. Once again, congratulations. And if you have any additional questions or any information that you need about our organization, see myself or any one of our board members.
Mr. McNair, if you can come and accept the 2021 Black Professional of the Year Award.
Okay. Before I get started tonight, 2021 has been a tough year. And I say that from the standpoint that, not only have we gone through a pandemic, but many of us have lost loved ones, close ones to us this past year. I know myself, I lost my brother-in-law back in March, Eric Johnson. I lost a good friend, Marcus Gould, back in August. I lost my uncle, Willie Joe McNair, at 102 years old. We lost James Whitley. We lost Stanley Miller, Mansfield Frazier. Many of us have lost folks important to our community and important to us. So we can just take a moment to just honor them with a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I think whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the failed clutch of circumstance, I've not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloodied, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate and the captain of my soul. That poem was written by William Ernest Henley back in 1884. I had to learn that poem in 1981 as a pledge of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. That poem has led me to where I've gotten to today. So much of it is relevant, and not just to me, but I know it's relevant for you too. My life is defined by 5 F's. Not as in
F isn't a bad grade, but by faith, by family, by friends, by fellowship, and by fun. That's what defines me. This evening, there are a bunch of acknowledgments that have to go out. First and foremost, God takes number one. Second comes my family. As you saw in the video and you saw that people heard, yes, family is very important to me. And I have two families. Really have three. I've got my immediate family, my bloodline, but I've got my work family too. And then I got you guys, okay? The community is a family. We are a family. I want to thank the A-team. That A-team is Dr. Alex Johnson, Albert and Audrey Ratner, and Alexandria Boone. That's my A-team, okay? They made tonight possible. Those folks need a round of applause. So Alex, Albert, Audrey, and Alexandria, I thank you. Host committee, hey, what can I say? You guys sold this out. You guys did your thing. Love you for it, appreciate it. BPACF, that's what we're here for tonight. Education, scholarship, professional networking. I love it. That's what it's all about. And I thank Adrian, I thank Meltrice, and I thank Laurie. Those are the closest that I worked with as we planned this event. But I, appreciate what you guys are doing, what you've done, and how you've kept 41 years going strong. Thank you for that. I got to thank my St. Mark's family. Y'all give me a little shout out over there. St. Mark's Presbyterian, all right. I also got to thank, I have a special team, okay? It's success is not done by one individual, okay? It's done through who you're associated with. And there's three people who I really want to acknowledge tonight. I want to acknowledge Greg Skoda from Markham, used to be Skoda Minotti. He's my if I need to know something, I call Greg, okay? And Greg is there for me. Greg, I appreciate you, and I see you and Patty over there. Thank you. I also want to give a special shout out to Teresa Metcalf. Where are you, T? All right, there you go. There you go. All right. Look, everybody needs a lawyer, right? And T has been my lawyer for a long time, and she's over at McDonald Hopkins, and they do a great job. I also got to talk about my banking relationships. I haven't seen my man Wes here tonight, Erie Bank. I don't know if Wes is here, but I certainly got to give a shout out to Wes and Erie Bank and what they're doing for me. So Wes, Erie Bank. And I actually have four families, because there's another family that really has gelled me to who I am as a professional, and that's the President's Council. And we've got a few members here this evening in the President's Council, but it's the largest African-American economic development wealth creation organization here in the city of Cleveland, as well as the state of Ohio. These guys really know me probably better than anyone else. We bond, we cry, we laugh, and we learn from one another. So I shout out to all the members of the President's Council. It was founded, 25 years ago, I think it is now. Brian Hall, Wendell Turner, Oscar Saffel. Those guys started something they had no idea what it would turn out to be. So much applause to them. A couple of special shout outs. Paul Clark, you saw him in the video. I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably would not be here today without Paul. Paul, back in 2008, probably it was the one of the financial crisis, and my business was going through hell at that time. I was what they call put in the workout, okay? That's when you ain't got no more money, and you can't pay the bank back. So Paul called me, they called me down to PNC's offices, down on 9th and Euclid, you know, that white building down there. Took me up there on the 16th floor. I said, okay. Went up there and I started apologizing. And Paul said, why are you apologizing? He says, do you know that back then, actually they were National City back then. He said, do you know we got more problems than you? And you know what? He was right. Okay? But it was at that moment, he lightened the mood for me, okay, and let me know that it was okay to have troubles, but there's a way to get through those troubles, okay? So, no, it was Paul Clark. And if Paul was here tonight, I would tell Paul, I don't know why you took us to the 16th floor, you know? If you want to tell us, the workout room should be in the basement, okay? So you can't jump, right? 16 floors, you could hurt yourself, okay? I want to thank Marcia Maccabee, my sister. Okay, Marcia, appreciate you. I love her. I love her for the work she's doing at the Urban League, and I'm glad she's allowed me to be a partner with her over in the Urban League. A couple young men, as you guys know, I do have a special passion for working with young men. First, I want to recognize Samuel Sanya. Samuel, please stand, recognize yourself. Samuel was an intern for me. He was a chemical engineering student out of Cleveland State University. Came to me, got the job, and he said, Mr. McNair, I don't have a car. I can't get to work. So Charlene Jones is in here somewhere from Cleveland State, and I called Charlene. I said, Charlene, we got to find somebody else who's got a car so they can drive Samuel to work, okay? So I hired 2 interns that summer, okay? And Samuel then came back. He ultimately came to work full-time for me. Samuel's a native of Nigeria. And last June, I sponsored Samuel for a green card, and he got his green card, so I'm so happy. He's a permanent resident of the United States. I also want to shout out Malik Graves. Malik, stand up. Malik Graves. I met Malik back in 2013. I was giving out scholarships over at East Tech, and Malik was one of my recipients back then. You can sit down, Malik. How did I get here? The answer is very simple. I got here with the help of others, meaning many of you in this room, and I can't be more proud. I've had a professional career, and I've had mentors along the way. We have to mentor folks, okay? That's how we get to the next level, is through mentorship, all right? I'm a graduate of Kent State University. Kent State. I had 2 very special mentors back then, the president of the university, Dr. Michael Shorts, and the president of student affairs, Dr. Charles Green. Friends to this day today, okay? They taught me, because I believe in college, I was going left, I was going right, but it was those 2 gentlemen who kept me on track. I went to IBM when I first graduated. Mike Miller was my mentor at that point. I started a business shortly after that because IBM and we weren't compatible, okay? So I had to start a company called American International Construction. Me and my dad started a company called CNC Distributors. I went to work for Ford Motor Company after that. Alex Goldberg was my mentor at Ford Motor Company. I went into a family business, Jarek Home Healthcare. My mother-in-law sitting right here, 93 years old strong. Jarek, they started a home healthcare company here in Ohio. My wife and I then duplicated and started in Detroit, Michigan, as well as Gary, Indiana. We opened up shoe stores. I worked for nonprofits, and then I bought a plastics company. Who would have thought? Look, being a business owner comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with giving back, giving to your community. I've sat on numerous boards. The President's Council, Medical Mutual Ohio, your preferred insurance carrier, I should say that. Plug out to Medical Mutual. University Hospital, the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission, Mr. Dave Gilbert, I see you back there somewhere, okay. The Federal Reserve, the Maltz Museum of Jewish Heritage, Playhouse Square, Cranes, Jumpstart, ECM Chemicals, Lake Erie Commission, the Port Authority. That's just to name a few. But it's those experiences, and a young lady came up to me in the back, she says, why do you get involved in the community? I says, because I have to. Because you have to give your time back. It also helps you grow. If you ask who I am, courage, committed, high integrity, compassionate, dependable, and accountable. Those are what I deem as my core values. That's who I feel that I am, and hopefully you feel that too, but that's who I am. But I do believe in standing for something positive. Okay, there's so much going on in the world today. You have to stand for something positive. A person who stands for nothing bends for anything. I think Martin Luther King once said that. I also believe in respecting others, regardless of who they are, what they are. You should always treat others as you would want them to treat you. What does it mean to be a black professional? I want to keep it real. If you're not a black professional or a person of color, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're in corporate America, you really cannot fully understand what it means to be a black professional. You see it, you touch it, but you don't really you can't fully immerse yourself in it. The shoes we wear, the obstacles we have to navigate. Albert Einstein once said, you get to learn the rules of the game and then play better than everyone, okay? That's how you win. As a black professional, we are always encountering invisible barriers. We're fighting systemic biases, which frame our society. And we know that they're there because we have special programs out there for people of color, okay? Set-asides and quotas and all that stuff, okay? We need to get rid of that stuff, okay? Those are there because the playing field is not equal, okay? There needs to be a levelization, and we're working towards that, and it's gonna happen, okay? But levelization doesn't begin when you're a professional. Levelization begins at birth because it begins with the level of health care that you get, the education that you get, okay, the exposure that you have. That's where the levelization begins. If we can't level out at that level, it's too late at the professional level. There has to be a change in how we view ourselves and our roles in society. You know, I was a competitive athlete, okay? And I was a wrestler. I'm a golfer too, though. But I could never see myself going up to one of my competitors. I'm black. Can you give me a break? That wasn't gonna happen, okay? You gotta go out there and compete. And that's what I do every day. I compete every day. What motivates me? To be the best at what I do or whatever I do. When it's at work, can I be a better leader? Can I make our company better? Can we deliver better products? Can we deliver better customer service? Can we achieve greater profitability? On a personal front, can I become a better husband? Can I become a better father, a better son, or brother? Can I improve my golf game? To my community, does my volunteering help you? Am I helping move the needle? I certainly hope that I am, because I want to be the best that I can with what I'm doing. I keep a personal book near me that talks about little quotes, okay? William Churchill, he's one of my favorites. He says, success is going from one failure to another without losing enthusiasm. That's entrepreneurship, going from one success to another. Hey, I like this one too. Making good decisions comes from experience, but experience comes from making bad decisions. Okay? Figure that one out. Charles Schultz. Worrying won't stop the bad stuff from happening. It just stops you from enjoying the good. Okay? Can you see Lucy telling Charlie Brown that? You know, blockhead. Quit pouting. Also keep in mind that success nor failure is ever final. Today's success can be tomorrow's failure and vice versa. You know, I do watch TV evangelism sometimes, and Joel Osteen was watching him one morning. He said, you know, a setback is nothing more than the beginning of the next comeback, okay? And trust me, we all have had setbacks. Now, what keeps me up at night? A lot. But what really has me concerned is the extremism that has captivated our society, okay? These far right, these far left, these things to me pose an existential threat to humanity. I see people not acting humane to one another, okay? Not treating one another, as I went back to what I believe in, is treating others with respect. That concerns me. COVID concerns me, our recovery coming out of COVID, its impact on people. I fear that we, as a working society, is that the beep for me to go? Okay. But I think we've gotten lazy, okay? I really do. I think COVID has made us lazy. We can't be lazy if we want to be the best, okay? That bothers me, that concerns me. I'm done. But I do have one last slide, and this is for my friend Justin. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. And I believe in you, Justin Bill. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Darrell McNair. Darrell McNair. Well said, Darrell. And Darrell McNair, the 2021 Black Professional of the Year for BPACF. And indeed, he is a wonderful, wonderful individual, a wonderful man I've known for years, and it is our pleasure. He certainly makes all of us a lot better. And Darrell, we want you to know that we love you and love you dearly. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Reverend Carmen Cox Harwell, pastor of St. Mark's Presbyterian Church.
I don't understand why they put me last. I know I'm doing a benediction, but I have so much dirt on Darrell's spiritual life. I know you want to dance, but I could just go on and on about his spiritual failures. But Darrell is a godsend, and we all know that. Because of the gifts and the talents, my brother, that God has literally poured into your life. Because of the way that you lovingly and sacrificially pour back into the lives of all of us and everybody you meet. I heard God say, as I was moving around our St. Mark's table, we kept saying, we hear God speaking to us, did we not? What did we hear God saying, St. Mark's? Well done, good and faithful Darrell. You have been faithful in a few things. God said, I'm going to give you many more things because you are faithful, you are grateful, you are trustworthy. And I'm going to increase your territory so that you can do more and more and more for my people, so that I can get the honor for that. enter into the joy of your master. Because of a job? No, because of so many jobs well done. And so in honor of all that God has poured into Darrell and continues to pour into Darrell, let us stand now to receive the benediction, the final blessing from God. And now may the love of God surround you. May the light of God enfold you. May the power of God protect you and the presence of God guide you. Wherever you go and all that you say and do it seeking to be just like Darrell, this good and faithful and trustworthy servant. Go forth from this place after you dance all night long in peace, knowing that you are greatly loved, not only by Darrell and Ronna and their family, but by all of us who seek to do God's will. Amen and amen.
And I'd also like to ask the question that's been asked of me about 30 times tonight. Yes, I am the cousin to the mayor-elect, Justin Bibb. Yes, we are cousins. Thank you, Justin.
But just Mel Treese, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and our supporters of the Black Professional Association, we would like to thank you in order for your dedication, your many, many, many late nights. She accepts all of our calls, and we want to thank also her husband for allowing us to share her time. We want to thank you on behalf of the board.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. We trust it has been a comfortable flight for you, this flight 2021 of the BPA Airlines. Thank you for being here, everybody. Good night, be well, and we'll talk again.